Welcome back. Today we're going to be welding this piece here. This is nylon plastic. This is a very rare occurrence when you see nylon. Well, we're actually going to be fixing it. So here we go. Nylon plastic has a high melting point, so it takes an extremely high heat to get it to actually melt. So you have to be really, really patient with it, okay? Don't get too carried away. Don't try to do too much at once. I like to melt plastic. Really make sure it's melted. Right. Get a little bit melted on there, and then we'll shape it. Melt a little more, then we'll shape that. Melt a little more, and we'll shape that. And we'll go from there. So once the material's down there, then we can do whatever we really want with it. So the first part, really, it's all about just getting material to work with. All right, make sure it actually bonds to, fuses to your base material. And other than that, we're just building up. All right.
Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weak immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effects is pain and injection sites. For detailed common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I want to be able to choose my plan, so I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
I love nylon. This is just not fun stuff. I'm not even gonna kid you guys. This is not fun at all. This is an absolute mess. If I told you it will still work out, you probably wouldn't believe me. So I'm just going to tell you to stay tuned and see what happens. Watch this circus unfold.
5 minutes starting back at 75. There's also a big westbound to onward delay. Right in front of McKinney, right from 75 southbound at Eldorado Parkway in those 3 left lanes. That's going to back you up 10 minutes from Virginia Parkway. East on 20 at Bowen, South Arlington Road. For WBAT, first traffic and weather on the ones, I'm Michael Scott. At Cluster Chevrolet and Grapevine, we know loyalty can't be with our classic loyalty pricing with low market value, seller trade value.
Oh. That is really, really tough. It's been a while since I've done nylon. Figured I'd do a video, show how much it sucks.
The plains and Great Lakes states, leaving Texas dry, windy, and unseasonably warm. We broke the old record of 79 yesterday with a high of 83, and we're headed right back there again today in the lower 80s. Winds out of the southwest, 15 to 25 in gusty, with high grass fire danger. Windy and cooler overnight thanks to a Pacific front, lows 42 to 45, and sunny, windy. Low near freezing. Winds die off with a high of 56 on Friday. Breezy and warmer with highs moving up from the 60s to near 70 late in the weekend. From the WBAT Weather Center.
Right now in Dallas, mostly cloudy at 58, and in Fort Worth, fair and 60 degrees. And brought to you by Classic Chevrolet and a number
I'm going to take a different attempt at this. Ain't better. Just trying to get material on there. Alright.
Waiting for our hotel. We extended a hotel tonight, and the hotel's picking us back up, and we'll have to market, and we've got to fly out tomorrow. While the headaches weren't nearly as widespread during some of the holiday travel issues, passengers are growing increasingly concerned about issues within the airline industry. As the 88 Texas legislative session begins this week in Austin. State comptroller estimates a budget surplus of $33 billion.
That the budget for that $270 billion over the last 2 years, that's the baseline. Revenue is coming in at a higher rate and creating a surplus.
Essex political science professor Hal Joseph says property taxes, women's rights, guns, and energy are expected to be high priorities. Public comments on the government records discovered in his former office. Correspondent Gernal Scott.
The president says what the documents are specifically is a mystery, even to him.
I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were.
But when they were found by lawyers in the D.C. office, he said the president said they did what they should have done, turning them over to the National Archives. The Justice Department is investigating, and the president says
We're cooperating fully.
some Republicans have suggested the possession of the documents could have national security implications. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Totally coming together. I know it's really tough to think about it, but it's actually working. Need to get some more plastic on there and make it thicker. Keep building it up. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. It was Tease Me with a good song.
This is the Casey Bartholomew Show.
Shitty radio station, good song.
11 o'clock, that's when the Dan Bongino Show comes on. Dan Bongino hooks up. 800-288-WBAP is the number there. That's 800-288-9227. Well, it broke the airports again. Just a couple of weeks after Southwest destroyed domestic travel. By the way, they were the first ones to throw their hands up in the air and say, why not? Why not? Flights across the United States were brought to a standstill this morning after a computer outage at the FAA. The outage of the FAA's Notice to Air Missions system grounded departures around the country, delaying hundreds of flights with scores more expected to be impacted throughout the day. I was just listening to the WBAP news. Somebody had a 6 a.m. flight and it got canceled until midnight, got delayed until midnight.
Guys, this is where
the pause caused disruptions throughout.
really got to pull it all together.
With more than 3,700
Doing stuff like this.
Within, into, or out
It's not easy playing with a molten pool of plastic, making sure it sits right. It's really not. Gotta really make sure you take your time and do this stuff right.
After ordering all airlines to pause domestic departures until 8 a.m. That's simple time for the agency to consolidate the integrity of flight and safety information systems. Thank you for that. By the way, on behalf of everybody who flies, thank you for validating the integrity of the flight safety information system. I don't know.
That actually came out pretty good, it looks like. I like it.
Bring domestic air travel to a
Pull it off and see what we're left with.
kind of. I do wonder if the security police service scheduled to take off in the U.S. today. 1,840 international flights were expected to fly into the U.S.
Take out backing from the inside. Okay, it feels pretty good on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to weld some more from the inside there. We're going to weld the inside, make sure it's nice and flat. Right?
Used to be available through a hotline, but that was phased out with the internet.
First things first, though.
Never happened with the internet. The alert spans from Monday information about construction at airports
because of the way this plastic just liquefies when it melts, which has been half of our problem today. Not really problem, just half of the challenge we have to be aware of and ready for. Alright, but that's plastic. So, gotta be ready to think on the fly.
After it had failed. That's good that they were doing that. They say we are performing final validation checks and reloading the system now. That's like when you lose a game on PlayStation and you have to delete it, you have to reload it. Same thing. Oh, except this one tells you when missiles are flying at your actual airplane. That's an important thing to know. That's an important distinction to have there. They say we are performing final validation checks.
Alright, so just like on the front side, we get the plastic down, torch in, heat it up.
President Joe Biden addressed the FAA issue on Wednesday before leaving the White House to accompany his wife to a medical procedure at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center outside of Washington. He said, "Thank God I don't have to talk about the documents that I stole and stored in an office." He said,
I hate the radio.
He just briefed by Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who told him they had still not identified what went wrong. Asked by reporters if he thought it was a cyber attack, Biden said, "We don't know." We'll wait until someone tells us to. But they went through there. Biden went on to say, "I just spoke to Buttigieg. They don't know what the cause is. But I was on the phone with him about 10 minutes. I told him to report directly to me when they find out. We don't know what the cause is." European flights in the U.S. appear to be largely unaffected because maybe they don't care about missiles. The Paris airport's press office confirmed that all American... We're not impacted by the outage and are departing as planned, but they're French and they don't care. Irish air carrier Aer Lingus, which always sounds like I'm saying a dirty word to me, said services to the U.S. continue, and Dublin's airport's website shows that it points to Newark. Why are some European flights affected, but not others? Why is that a thing? Why is that happen? I don't know if it, I mean, like I said, this is a fairly seemingly important system. It brought everything to a standstill. It seems like it's a little bit more important than just a glitch.
So,
when you have to
cool it off and then we'll do a final inspection.
It's more than just something that's just... The system, the notice to air mission system, it used to be available through a hotline, but was phased out with the internet. And the alerts span from mundane information about construction at airports to urgent flight restrictions or broken equipment. And
Okay.
WBAP number on Casey Bartholomew's 913. You're listening to News Talk 820 WBAP. Your school. The Fort.
One last step that we have, that is fiber flex rod. This is a fiber reinforced flexible rod. I'm just going to coat a layer over the outside of this, and it's going to give it a little more added support. This stuff has an extremely lower melting temperature than the nylon did. So, but it bonds really well to it. It should give me what I'm looking for.
We believe in cold and flu season. We only believe in...
Probably not necessary, but I like to make sure that it's done right.
Hi to cold and flu season, and hello to comeback season with Mucinex DM. Nothing lasts longer among over-the-counter cold and cough medicine. Get relief that lasts with Mucinex DM. Use as directed.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage that stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds. You want your 20? If you have a... We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Henning & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds. Low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761.
Driving by. In all seriousness, if you struggle with your weight and losing is at the top of your New Year's resolution, you're about to get some advice from the board. Don't kill yourself in the gym. I already tried that. Get in there. The first step is my team over show the weight loss. Research shows the most effective way to lose weight is to fix the restrictions of what you eat, how you eat. So these things gonna change your bad behaviors, and for me, it was just a great reboot to get me down to my ideal weight for life. Head over to SodaWeightLoss.com and read more than 68 Soda client Google reviews that will show you why the Dallas Cowboys made soda. It shows the weight loss program and their organization of fans.
It gives me the thickness I needed on there.
Something of your own on SodaWeightLoss.com. So the Cowboys out there, we can
Oh yeah, that's strong.
Backup of about 45 minutes from the high five. Also southbound
there you go.
75 in Eldorado.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Kenny, I reckon the three